Hey guys, it's PostboxPower. Welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how to win almost every single time in the Season 6 meta. Now, to be honest, I took a very long break from Fortnite, and this was one of my first games on during Season 6. I actually joined Season 6 a little bit late. I took probably about a week and a bit to join it because I was actually away out of the country on holiday, so unfortunately I couldn't actually play Season 6, so I missed out on it, but I still did cover a bunch of content relating to it. I just didn't actually manage to get to play it. But I want to talk about and show you guys exactly how you can win, even if you've taken a huge break from Fortnite and your aim is off, your building skills aren't perfect. And that's why I'm showing this game today, because you do not have to be a professional Fortnite player to win in Season 6. If you make the right moves, the right positioning, you'll definitely get a victory royale at least 1 in 3 games. Anyway, let's jump into this and show you guys exactly what I did. So to start the game, I thought I'd go to the actual island itself, the Loot Lake Island, which we have flying around the map currently, and I thought, you know, I could get a few good weapons here. Probably not much at all. I just thought I wanted to land here for fun, and sometimes doing that can be quite entertaining. It was actually quite a distance away. This guy actually unfortunately just escapes, and the good thing about landing here, you can almost guarantee yourself loot without getting killed if you sneakily drop in like that. You can see I dropped in there, took a little bit of shotgun damage, but I managed to escape straight away again using my glider. Now that technique is something which I would love to apply to every situation in the game, but unfortunately it only works on this island. Here I can see an opponent here, and easily I could have lost here because I don't have many materials. It was just simply a gunfight, but with me configuring my controller to allow me to jump and shoot at the same time, it allowed me to get some easy shots off and get that easy kill because I managed to jump and it put his aim off slightly. So there's the first kill and the first tip. So I've just skipped the gameplay a little bit, probably about 6 minutes or so, while I was at this island just looting up and stuff, and I just thought there's no point in me showing you guys sticking at the island, playing around, flying around, looking for loot at Greasy, and that is just completely pointless because there was no enemies there. So we've skipped the game and we're already down to 23 opponents just from actually looting up. You're probably like, why have you skipped all that? Well, there's not really much point in watching me loot up the entire game, so I just thought I'd skip it along. So now we've positioned myself just outside the Tilted Towers. I see a supply drop, I go for that, get myself a rocket launcher which will definitely come in handy, and now I can get in a good position to take out a few enemies. So always landing on this mountain, if you see maybe a supply drop or a chest, is a good option near Tilted Towers, because you can push into Tilted Towers, and you've just got to understand your positioning within Season 6. Season 6 is a very aggressive season. It isn't as aggressive as Season 4 or Season 5, because they are very aggressive seasons from what I knew, because in this season, with the SMG meta still being played, the actual idea of building and stuff still is counted a little bit, but it's not 100% counted, and it's not like 100% build fights every single time. And I actually do like Season 6 quite a bit because of that. I personally don't enjoy build fights anymore. I just think it's not the way the game should 100% go. I do like it sometimes, but the majority of the time I usually either get beat or I just find them a little bit boring, and you get right to the end of the game and basically you're having a build fight, and whoever's the best builder wins, and it shouldn't just be down to who's the best builder all the time. So that's why I've enjoyed actually playing Season 6, because a lot of the situations I've been put in aren't down to your building. Now, after positioning myself on this hill, I managed to see a fight going on, and I managed to get an easy sniper kill with the heavy sniper there. Nice elimination, got my challenge complete, and then I see another opponent up there, shoot at him as well, hit him, and take both of the opponents out with a heavy sniper. A 1-2, easily done. I do like the heavy sniper a lot, especially if you've got like an angle on Tilted Towers, because you're near enough guaranteed to find players there. Now, luckily, that was every player in Tilted Towers that I could see at the time, so simply I just dropped down and loot up, and there we are, we have so much loot. Now, taking weapons and stuff like that in Season 6 can be quite complicated. I know a bunch of weapons did get vaulted, but picking the nice weapons that you want to use and understanding basically what weapons are good in what situation is pretty hard. Here right now, I didn't know to take big pots, I didn't know to drop the rocket, I didn't know to drop the heavy sniper. Should I drop the SMG? Should I have taken a shotgun? There's so many choices to make now in Fortnite that you just got to make decisions in that game. Maybe if you're feeling using SMGs for the day, maybe just stick with SMGs. Maybe if you're thinking of using shotguns instead of SMG, go with the shotgun. That's the sort of situation Fortnite is currently, because you can't hold every single item. If you want more healables, feel free to do that. I always recommend taking minis though, because you can stack them up to 10, and if you do have an option for an explosive weapon, i.e. a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher, I would strongly suggest that, especially in solos, because you can push people out of areas pretty easily. Other than that, AR is like crucial, obviously, and then the other two options, like for the other weapons, maybe like a hand cannon, or you don't really need a sniper sometimes, and you don't really need an SMG or a shotgun. It all depends on which one you want out of all them. I personally would always go with the, I don't know, I don't really know. I just switch up. I love the shotguns, usually the pump shotguns, but the SMGs do come in handy in a lot of situations. So as I begin to loot up tilted towers more and more, I start to see more big pots, and I start debating, you know, I got a slurp there, I'll drink that to get a little bit of health, and I start to come across like more big pots and stuff like that, and you know, I just don't know what to take half of the time, and it just confuses me. But that's not the whole idea of this. Positioning is pretty key. So look at the little top right at the right hand side. We've got 4 seconds remaining on the clock. I know I'm on the edge of the circle, a perfect position. What I'm doing here is I'm just checking that I grabbed all the resources from killing these guys, because let's be honest, grinding for resources in Season 6 can get extremely boring, and I like to rob other people's materials rather than use my own or grind my own, because, you know, I've been doing that since Season 1, and my motivation to be grinding resources every single game doesn't always stay as high as it used to be, so I'd sooner just go and kill other people who are grinding the resources. And again, that's actually quite a good way to play Fortnite, because in a lot of situations you do need about 300 materials to keep up with people building stuff, but other than that, you probably don't need tons if you're not going to have huge build fights. So that's where I get my resources, usually just by killing other people, or on the go, I'll just quickly mine a few things. I'm not going to be grinding everything for resources, and it usually works out quite well if you do it like that. So yeah, it's quite a good situation that you can be in. Anyway, let's wind the game on a little bit. So as I decide to leave Tilted Towers, obviously being forced out of Tilted Towers by the storm itself, I kind of just mine a few more resources there and then as I go along. And simply, I'm just keeping my awareness, keeping to the edge of the circle, which can be a pretty passive technique for Season 6. Just understanding that someone could be behind you at any moment is really key. I don't want to go out my way to grind resources either, so that's why I'm just mining them on the go. As I pass trees and rocks that are going to give me a decent amount of resources, I just quickly destroy them and keep moving to the edge of the storm, keeping my back to it, understanding that people could be in front of me, but always checking behind me when I can. So now we're back in real time, and I'm going up this like staircase here where people were obviously built to get up to this chest, and I see a guy opposite me, and I'm like, you know, I can take this guy out. A quick little build fight, not really too much, just get a little bit of height on him. I get pretty bad aim because it's one of my first games on since I haven't played Fortnite in a while, but I managed to kill him. He doesn't manage to build up quick enough, and a pretty easy kill there for me. Now this is a pretty good situation to kind of analyze, because right now I'm looting up, which a lot of people do straight away, and then obviously I'm being shot at there. So what I do is I think, how can I escape this situation, because I'm never going to get on that mountain fast enough. I don't really have time to be pushing up the mountain with the storm coming in again, so I simply just place the launch pad, launch down towards Dusty, and that perfect gliding managed to glide through all the trees and all the areas to position myself ready for the next circle. We've won 4 kills and only 10 enemies left. I knew there was a chance of me winning this game if I could get in the right position for the end circle. So my aim here was to get out of Dusty, keeping a lookout on all sides and all angles, making sure no one's around any of these corners, listening out with your ears. That's pretty crucial as well. If you guys can master the footstep sound in your ears and you know exactly which direction it's coming from, you'll definitely have a good chance of spotting anybody around you. So as I position myself towards the circle, I start to think, maybe where could this circle actually end? And I'm starting to think it's going obviously on Salty Springs, so now I've got to think about where an opponent could be coming from, because, you know, you've got to keep your lookout at all times. So I'm thinking most likely someone's going to be coming from down this hill here, and for some reason someone happened to be there. I simply just lasered them with my Scar, missed a few shots on them, got my rocket out, decided to pressure them a little bit to tell them that I've got a rocket launcher, don't push me, keeping them back over there with the rocket launcher, firing a few rockets off at them. I switch to the SMG, try and get myself in the position. Unfortunately, he doesn't place a wall there, so it gives me an easy gap to shoot through, and I just managed to take him out so easily just by taking advantage of his poor building. Now your building doesn't have to be expert or have to be perfect, and that was just a mistake from him, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, but you know, position yourself correctly and you can get a lot of kills like that, especially on the edge of the circle when people are running in, because people do feel like scared or maybe threatened, and they've only got maybe a little bit of health and quite a bit of shield, and you can take them out and finish them off easily with one rocket or a few AR shots or whatever, P90, whatever you're using, you can get an easy kill. So now we're running on 5 kills. We're kind of positioning myself ready for the circle with only 4 seconds remaining until the circle actually closes. There's 8 opponents left. I'm just checking all the bushes around me, making sure no one's camping around here, and I know that I can win this game. Now with 8 people only left, sometimes I don't like to attack straight away, so what I've decided to do is position myself around the back of Salty Springs. I'm actually running to the edge on the storm right now, so keeping to that edge of the storm, that is pretty crucial in this situation. So as I start to travel around the edge of the storm now, heading towards this smaller part of the circle, I'm just kind of lining myself up, ready to head in when I can, but keeping myself in cover, understanding that the most likely chance of seeing someone around here is pretty rare, but I do see someone by this tree. I'm pretty sure he was a Nubia player. Out of the lot, he didn't really aim towards me at all. He was just kind of crouching around. You do come across them players towards the edge as well, so what you can do is you can just sweep into them, take them out dead easily. You'll know that it'll be, well, you usually know if it's like a Nubia player, if they're kind of like crouching and they're walking really slow on the edge of the circle, so you can go in and take them out pretty easily, and you can get an easy kill there, and it'll help you guys go for high kill games. So what I did there is I used the med kit up just to get that extra 10 HP, just because I lost it before from fall damage earlier on, so I thought, you know, we may as well get that 10 HP back, because we may as well have max HP if possible, because we're probably not going to be carrying that med kit around, so an extra 10 HP could save your life, so make sure you always try and get your HP max and your shield if the situation is correct for that. So as I start to position myself further up, I start to think, where on earth are these shots coming from? I'm kind of just going nice and slow, lining myself up, ready for the end game, understanding maybe will the opponents appear from a certain direction? I don't know exactly where. I was thinking someone could be up there to my right. Obviously there wasn't, so I was lucky here, and I'm just pushing in slowly. I see this tree here. I should make a move behind this tree just in case I get like seen by the enemies. I don't want them to see me, so I'm hiding behind the tree, sticking to the shadows, moving around, thinking again there could be an opponent there. Now there could have been an opponent behind me, but I was listening out with my earphones as well. That's a pretty key technique. Keep listening with them earphones and get them opponents behind you. Take them out as soon as you can if possible, because you don't want to be backstabbed in this. It will be pretty bad if someone gets behind you and just takes you out without even you knowing, and it's an annoying situation. It's happened to me several times, and it probably has happened to you as well. With only 5 players left, a lot of people do start to choke in this situation, and you can see here from my appalling building. This is one of my first games on, obviously, in Season 6. I start to think, I could actually win here, guys. This is the perfect opportunity. So it was my first game on my second day of Season 6, this was, so it wasn't like amazing. I hadn't warmed up or anything. It was basically my warm-up game, but that's what I like showing, because it's like the average sort of game that the average player has. It's not like a professional game or a pro player or anything like that. You can go and watch the pros, but they don't really give tips and tricks on how the average player can win. They only kind of just go for the pro player, and becoming that pro player, it requires a lot of effort and requires no videos on leaks or anything like that on my channel. Storyline, anything like that would have to be completely cancelled for me to become a professional Fortnite player. And do I want to do that? No, I love doing Fortnite videos related to storyline and leaks and stuff, so I don't want to cancel all that just to become a pro Fortnite player. So that's why I show these average gameplays, because it's more me and it's probably more you as well. So here we are again, just simply boxed ourselves in. The only place we could probably get killed from is them trees, and I was a little bit concerned by it, so I was thinking of building a flat there, but then I thought, you know, if someone was in them trees, you probably would have already been killed by them, and we see another person get killed. No, now there's only 4 players left. So in this situation now, I know that I have a good chance of winning. With me on 6 kills and only 4 players left, there are only 3 enemies left. So I've simply just got to take out 3 people to win the game. So positioning myself here by these trees was perfect. The storm does start to move in, and I've got to be aware of where the enemies could be coming from. And unfortunately, I get hit so badly by that sniper. Luckily, it doesn't hit me in the head, because I would have been done for then. But I managed to heal up using my minis. Still got 95 health, so I've got 145 in total. Pretty good positioning myself above the enemy wherever he could be. And then I see him pushing up to me, so you know what I do? Launch pad out of there and escape straight away. And what I do here is I land behind this here, expecting to build up something around here. So what I do is I start to build my little 1v1. It's not the fastest building, probably extremely slow, like Season 2 style building, but again, one of my first games on, I'm just simply just covering myself from all angles and just lining myself up ready to take these opponents out. So with only 3 enemies left, I got to realize where they are. I know that one's to my left. For some reason, I'm getting sniped at, and I don't know where. For some reason, it's only hitting the ramp as well. I'm not 100% sure why that is, but we're in a position now where we could possibly take out all 3 enemies. So I see some guy shooting grenade launchers towards me. He doesn't do too much, and then I see that guy shooting at the grenade launcher person. A quick RPG at him will take him out and sort him out. So that's what I do. And then the guy in this little 1x1. So what I start to do here is fire rockets in towards the bottom, expecting him to fall down onto my second rocket, but unfortunately that doesn't happen because he builds pretty quickly. A pretty decent player. Again, firing some more rockets in. Unfortunately, I get a lot of damage dealt to me there, so I have to use my potions again, which puts me only up to 105 now. I do have a campfire, but at this moment in time, it's probably not the right situation to use it, just because I've got to position myself ready for the next circle, because this circle is moving in pretty quickly, and I've got to be ready to take out these guys. So I know that that guy over there is in a pretty good position, and there's 2 enemies left somewhere. I just don't know where. And I'm listening out to see if they start fighting, and that'll be my time to strike. So keep moving in, keep moving, keep pushing to the edge of the circle, keeping your lookout for where these enemies could be. I know somewhere to my right they are most likely there, and I see one of them get a kill, and this is when I know I can win this fight. The guy's up there in his little 1x1. I know I've got a rocket launcher. I'm going to take advantage of that, using the tree as a rebound. He pushes up. I think, you know, if I shoot to that second branch down the tree, it gets the easy kill, and it works. It explodes right behind him, and it works pretty well. Now, what I did there is pretty advanced. It's quite an advanced tip on that end kill. I'll replay that for you guys right here. You can see here in slow motion, I go for the second branch behind with the RPG, understanding that it's going to explode where he's built and get the kill nice and easily. Not a lot of people know that. It's quite a useful technique to use trees, especially for explosives, to bounce them off, and it also is pretty useful to use trees as well for cover. So understanding how that works in that situation was pretty cool, and I'm so glad that I managed to get the win for my first win on Season 6 solo. I've won a bunch of 50v50s and duos, but I've not won a solo yet, so this has been my first one on my second day of playing Season 6. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're new around here, stick around for dirty Fortnite content. I do hope it has helped you guys out. I would love for you guys to subscribe as well and join me on my road to whatever goal we're aiming for currently. I don't really have a goal. 500,000 subscribers, maybe 250,000. We don't actually have a current goal, but we're just having fun on YouTube, producing a wide range of content. So yeah, stick around for it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and once again, this is Postbox Pat, signing out.